Welcome, welcome everybody to episode 19 of Reptiles and Cocktails. The comments are on fire right now. But you know, we knew that this was highly anticipated, and unfortunately, Bosa is not going to make the show today. But we're going to still make it a really, really, really good show. I want you all to just stay in the chat for like another 30 seconds because I do have something that I want to share with everybody. This is definitely going to be a good show either way. Who doesn't believe me? Tears already. Bosa is here, y'all. Wait a minute, where's my mic? Who said we couldn't do it? Drop the mic. Drop the mic. Hey, Dre. Hey, fam. All right, so stay tuned. We're waiting for Bosa to come back to the screen, but he's here. He is here. Welcome, Bosa Ballz Jr. Welcome, welcome. Yo, I'm so excited. It's like just so damn excited right now. And I had the pleasure of talking to Bosa in the background. And he is awesome as we already know him to be. He has a voice. All right. Hey, Dylan. Well, I don't call you Dylan. Hey, Kaju. Big D in the house. Blue Daddy. Blue Ghost Daddy. Chris, are you at Hamburg today? I hear Tom Crutchfield is up there. Hey, Craft. Big D's there. Let's see who we got. Hey, Jess. Hey, AJ. T Keys, what up, what up, what up? Chip, hey Chip, thanks for coming through. The man is here. Hey Justin. Just trying to get there. Big Tank, Hank. What's up? Gershon GP is in here. All righty, so we're going to get ready to bring Bosa back to the screen. Bosa, you there? I promise y'all he's here.
Just kidding. No.
So the chat is popping. Everybody is here to see you. Forget this. This is how we're gonna do it, Bosa. Nobody's there. It's just still me and you.
You say so. I'm following you. Popping my sherry. I'm just right there, just following directions.
So whenever you decide, Bosa wanted to make sure that he gives his shout outs. Take your time. Before we get into any questions, do your thing, Bosa.
First of all, happy early birthday.
Thank you. This is the best gift.
Put your name with a heart and a crown because that's exactly what you are, a queen. I pray you're blessed and you're continue to be blessed and that you're able to reach more people with your educational videos and the love you have too.
Thank you, Bosa.
And I want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat. You guys are awesome. The community is awesome. I wore my USARK shirt. I couldn't decide which shirt to wear, and so I just brought them all here. Just Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Love you, brother. I'm not gonna explain too much about them. Y'all go to their Instagrams, to their pages, follow them, show them some love. All right. This guy right here, he's not from the reptile community, but awesome guy from the
All right, convertible Ballz.
Y'all follow him, show him some love. This guy right here is a guy that is always willing to help in the community. And Craft, y'all make sure y'all follow his Instagram, his YouTube. He has a YouTube. This guy right here, y'all need to follow him. Y'all need to follow him and keep an eye on his morph market. He got some heat coming. Awesome guy. I got the privilege to meet him and have coffee with him. He took the time. Love it. Now this one's one that's special for the community. Always bringing us together, and it's Keys. And the shirt that grabs the most attention. Awesome guy. Follow him. Spicy. Mike.
Spicy noodle. Hey, Spicy got sandals to go with that.
I need them sandals.
That is so dope. But see, Bosa, that's why we love you. Because you share that with this entire community. Everybody, all the time. It's contagious. Can't nobody say that it's not genuine, because like I said, I shared my story last week when we were interviewing Ozzy. The love you've shown me, you know, again, when I started this was just to do something that I always wanted to do. But when you see that it actually like pull, like you said, pull people together, pull people's passions out. It's one thing to do it in this form, right? But you do it when people don't even know that you're doing it. And that's when you're truly blessed.
Yes. Yes.
But I follow you. And that's who you are as a human being.
When you love a community, when you love something, you're passionate about it, you share stuff. And it don't matter whether you get the attention or the feedback or anything, but you never know who else will see it, come look, join, be a part of our community, which it's an awesome community, and the more we grow it, the better.
Yes. Thank you all for the birthday shout outs. I'm trying to focus, but y'all, when I tell y'all I'm truly excited that he's here, I'm like, it's like
Big D, you're there and you're hearing.
I'm so
that
excited.
blue ghost is going on the coat.
That's right. That's right.
She said in one chat that she said Bosa ain't going nowhere until he comes on mine. And y'all know me, I do not like the camera. But Nicole asked me, and even though I had some offers before coming here, you know Big D who I'm talking about. But I didn't take it. I stayed true to my word, and I came here first.
And I appreciate it, because Bosa was supposed to be one of my first 5 guests. And he just told me, he was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I said, so Bosa, this is who I am. I don't believe that you can't. I think that anybody who has a passion here can do anything. And so that's why I did what I did. So everybody know, like, Keys and us, this was for those of you who don't follow the usual suspects and some of the other chats. Bosa never committed to this. And even this week, up until 2 days ago, we still wasn't sure if it was going to happen, but I was going to show up anyway. And we was going to have some type of show. But the fact that you hear Bosa, like, I'm overwhelmed. I'm really, and I don't get overwhelmed. I am like so overwhelmed. I have so many questions. There's so much people want to know, even down to the fact that today was the first time I ever heard your voice. None of the videos, nothing that you posted with your family, because I tried even then, like, to see if you're talking when you're with one of the babies or with the wife or something. That must be on your personal page, because I have never, and I've tried. to
It's
see if you had a voice.
it's on camera it's difficult.
Hey, Tim.
Like a lot of people, I don't like my voice on camera, but I mean, it's something we got to get over with and accept.
You have a perfect voice.
I was
You're just
like
perfect.
Mike Tyson, you know.
Anyway, let's see. You got some more shots. Like they're rolling in. Man, you the man. So we saw AJ earlier. Ephraim is actually Lavelle, right?
Yes.
Hey, Lavelle. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some Bosa in it.
Love that.
You told me I couldn't. It would never happen. Welcome, Lavelle.
One of my best friends.
Yes.
Almost like a brother to me. And if we don't talk daily, then something's up with one of us. And he'll usually call me and check if I'm alive or not. And I really hold close heartedness to him for a lot of reasons. I had him pick out stickers. I know his mother passed away of.
Oh wow, sorry to hear that.
And I had him pick out which stickers I'm gonna get out for breast cancer awareness, which I believe is in October. Yep. And I know that it's close to you, so I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of one of the stickers I got that he picked out in honor of his mom, Estella Elizabeth Wilson. And there you go.
That is beautiful.
You're from Lavelle, Mr. Duballs. Much love, brother.
That is beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I try to fight the breast cancer emotion, but it's so personal to me. And like I said last week, you never know. First of all, Lavelle, I'm so sorry you lost your mom. But I will say this. There is so many people who could very well not be here today if we didn't have the science, the medicine, the research, the doctors, all of that behind it. Even in recent as the last 5 years, the fact that you can get tested now before the age of 40 is everything for especially women, but men can get breast cancer too.
Yes.
This past week, last weekend, I went out with my sister, the same sister who fought breast cancer, and we were out and she had a panic attack, and so I had to walk her out into the park lot. And then she, at that particular time, disclosed to me that she had to get a biopsy again because there was a lump, and she was showing me the lump. But God is good. The lump came back benign, and she won't have to battle that again. And when I think about the treatment process for people battling breast cancer, unless you see it up close and personal, you don't see a person who has everything going on. Now, I use my sister for example. My sister had everything that a woman can want, and I'm not including a man because she don't desire to have one like that. So she's good being able to date whoever she wants. But she was established, home paid for. She bought a home early, and just focus in life. And cancer came in, and it like literally, she was so strong. I mean, I was there the day that she was getting chemo and her hairs just started falling out. She's a beautician, second to her number one job. She's also a licensed beautician. And I remember her laughing, saying, "Oh my God, look at my hair." And clunks of hair was coming out. She's sitting there laughing. I had to walk away because it was so hard to see my sister lose her hair. And you just don't know what that's like for people. So God bless those who, and I always say this when I walk the Cancer Walks Bosa, God bless those who's no longer with us. God bless those who are still fighting. God bless those who survive. But God bless the families who has to deal with it either way as well, because it's not easy for a mom to see that child. I walked with women who've lost their daughters at the age of 18 to breast cancer. I've walked with women who've lost their entire family, like daughters, sisters, mothers. It's a big impact. So, and I don't say this because I want you guys to donate, but I'm telling you, your donations go a long way. As I walk those walks, I always say it's not easy, but I'd rather be walking 60 miles than to have cancer, to die from it, or to get chemo. So, Bosa, that's an amazing sticker. And you know what I want? Send me that link, because I also want to get some of them stickers under my name and my logo as well. Absolutely amazing. So let me get away from the tears by going to Dre's comment. Negro, as much as you torture me, you gonna say she's one of my favorite people.
Much love, brother.
Yeah, Dre's one of my favorite people too, but he tortures me. Y'all get abused. Big D is in here. Chris, Hot Glass, welcome. We're so glad to see him as well. He is here. He is here. Even though we didn't think it was going to happen, he is here. I don't want to miss anybody. Wolf, Royal Cohan, what's up? T-Keys. He also lost his mom to cancer. You know, again, like I said, for every person that is lost, there is 10 people who are still here. And that was reversed 15 years ago. So God is still good. Chip is still here. Hey, Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy, for coming through. Illadelph, this is what I love about our hobby, the side of our community. Love what Nicole and Bosa bring to the conversation. Thank you so much. Thank you for always following, and thank you for always supporting. That's what it's about. It's about supporting. And I say, Bosa, I get more support from the people that I didn't know for all my life than the people that I've just met in the last couple years. Yeah. And that's what's wonderful about our community. And to have other people who are like us. Yes. Right? Who are like us. Y'all, I'm getting through just to make sure we acknowledge everybody, and then we're going to get into all the questions, and we're going to learn more about Bosa today. Let's see.
Jeremy, much love.
Thank you, AJ.
Love you.
AJ is one of my favorite people. AJ is so damn cool.
AJ is my favorite.
Yes. Big D. You know what? I got an idea. Make me a pink ghost. Keisha said, Kiki, that was beautiful. Keisha, look. Keisha is excited as I am. Like we have been through this ride together. Tell him again, Chip. He looks awesome. He got how Martin say he has the face made for the Ti-Zub. Thank you for all the birthday shout outs. I appreciate it. Keith said, Nicole, he showed up for you like he shows up for the whole community. Didn't he? I'm really honored and blessed. Like, this is like just so rewarding for me. I told Bosa before we came on, when I went to Ozzy's this morning, Ozzy was trying to find his page. I told Bosa he got to make sure that he sends Ozzy, send him your information straight through Instagram to his chat so he can follow you. because I definitely he needs to see that energy. He likes that type of energy in the community. Shout out to Terrence and Keisha. Yes, 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 yes. I mean, the wave that the prophet has created and supported by his golden wife is amazing. I just love. Let me tell you what. I just love how Keisha she fully takes care of her without effort. Like even his hand goes out and then the drink comes into the hand. Like that's what you want. You ain't finding that everywhere, T Keys. Well, you better jewel that one down, bruh. Right, ride that one out to the grave. She's amazing. Kiki is my biggest snake supporter. Kiki Hank is everybody's biggest supporter. I don't know where he gets the energy for it. Justice said, I'm glad Bosa showed to learn who be liking it and supporting everyone. Yes.
Justin.
Hey cousin. Oh my God, cousin. I hope you wasn't here for my breakdown. I'm sorry. She's the one she kept us, she's the praying cousin. She kept us strong. She never had doubt. She had faith. Thank you so much, Keys family. Hey, Elias. Elias, he's here. He's here.
Made it.
Look, that's my cousin's favorite line. Whenever we would break down Bosa when my sister was sick, she was like, man up. She was in a text, say, man up. And she was the one literally who was with my sister from day one, didn't miss any treatment. So, and that's another thing. Some people do it alone. My sister had people like signing up to be there, and we fighting each other to be the one person in the room. Everybody doesn't have that support, and your donations actually provides that type of community support for them as well. Dre, that's right. This community is more than just reptiles. It's family, definitely. Me and Dre get along just like me and my youngest brother. So Shawnee's, Dre is my Gerard. He said, lies, I'm a gentleman. Gerard would say the same thing too. All right. He said, yes, she does. That's my boo for life. That's right. To death. Because we'll kill you. No. Super normal everything, Jeremy.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Shawnee said, oh no, 2 Gerards. Yes, that's exactly who he is. Get on my nerves. All right, so Bosa, let's tell the people a little bit about who you are. Where are you from? And how did you get into ball pythons?
I'm Florida born. I live in Florida. I'm gonna die in Florida. My parents are of Nicaraguan descent. That's why every time I see a Nicaraguan bow, I'm like, me and the bow are from the thing. I got into ball pythons because of a good friend of mine from school. Most of you know him, Alain from Creme de la Clutch. If you're not following him, follow him. Follow his morph market. Got some nice animals for sale. But Alain started getting me into it, kept telling me, like everybody else, you grew up with family saying that snakes is not good and stuff. Mm-hmm. I held it off for a long time. And one day I was like, I was going through a lot. I was stressed. I was in a dark place and I was overweight and I didn't know what else to do. I'm like, I jumped in and I told my wife I'm getting a snake. I bought a snake. My first ball python was a pied ball. Bought it locally. And from there, the passion grew, the love grew, and at the same time, it helped me concentrate, lifted me up. I found a place of peace. This is my snake room. I call it my place of peace. And I started a lifestyle change in me. And and I found something that was working. And every time I try to go back, sidetrack or something, I always came back to my snakes. And year and a half later, I'm half the person I was, and enjoying it and full of passion for the animals I have. I don't really have a particular breeding plan or anything like that. I'm doing what I love, and I'm creating what I love, and I hope to show the younger generation. Our parents probably weren't educated on that, but that snakes are not bad. They are
Right.
grow in this, and us as keepers should be responsible for their health, their well-being, and also showing them out to the world. Like, there's nothing to be scared of. And
Right.
we have our snakes. We walk around with our snakes, just like people walk their dogs. And dogs do bite and cats scratch, but our snakes are our snakes, and we love them, and that's our passion. And we're creating so many colors, so many textures and patterns and stuff, and
Yep.
it's awesome. It's awesome, and this community is awesome. I believe that this community has the potential to be an example for the rest.
Yep.
For so many communities that they get lost in war and fights and arguments and stuff, and I don't think that we should be about that. We should be about the love that we share for each other, and that's it. If we don't agree with something or don't like something, like live feeding or anything like that, then don't talk bad about it. Just
Keep going.
keep going, and that way we avoid conflict and division, which we don't need right now, especially with government attacking us reptile owners, and they try to make us look bad, but it won't work if we don't let them. If we let them look bad, that's our fault. And I think that we need to really work hard on just learning to be at peace with each other, and show love and support. It don't take much to hit a like, to subscribe, to
Nothing at all.
comment. It's free. You don't
That's
have
right.
anything. And it you think you're helping that one person on YouTube out, you're helping yourself by growing your community.
Yep.
The stuff we see here, the chats and stuff, it's awesome. Like, sometimes around us, we don't have people we can communicate with about our snakes, talk about our snakes, because it's really not something too many people like to talk about.
Right.
Cats, and you're the community. You're on Hair Down Friday. You're hearing everything. You're getting advice. You're having fun. You're talking. You're joking. You're relaxing. You're learning, and it's all good. And that's the kind of stuff we need to share. That's the kind of stuff we need to appreciate more, and get it out there so more people can see that.
I think the biggest thing that I try to get non-snake people to understand about the reptiles, especially when they see that like we have so many, is what you just talked about, the peace that they bring. And in a world today where people are so angry, mentally disturbed, depressed, I promise anybody, and I just tell you to try it. And tomorrow, my husband, who's never touched a snake, is going to touch two of his snakes that he bought in the collection that he wanted, two of his Exantics. He wanted those for my birthday gift because I also want him to like to feel what we feel when we engage with a reptile. And I can't explain it, but I can promise anyone this. You heard Bosa, and so many of my guests said, even last week, Ozzy, who's in a totally different place in his life now, talks about where he came from and how much snakes have changed his life completely. And Bosa, even you talked about the weight thing. Like, I don't remember, Ozzy being overweight. But a lot of people associate their peace with their overall health and wealth. And I think that it's no coincidence that the symbol of an ambulance and the symbol of a hospital is a snake on a cross. I think that's very divine because that's what they do. And we all have different things that we deal with. People think that I'm happy all the time. My cousin will tell you, if anybody's close to me, Dre will tell you that I have an anger management problem. That you might want me to go pick up a retic quickly before I pick up something else. So my husband will tell you that girl got an anger management problem. But snakes definitely coming into the snake room. This house, this entire level of this house is nothing but reptiles. From the rooter to the tutor, it's nothing but reptiles. And this is where I spend most of my time, in this house, because they give me peace. If I have a long day from work, I come into the snake room. The first thing I do is come in and start pulling my racks and looking at my retics, opening cages and letting them come out when I come from work. I don't even have my shoes off yet. A lot of times, you guys, if you look at my YouTube, I'm literally in my work clothes doing a video because I literally come in, pick up a snake, something happens. Oh, this is a good moment for a video. So I definitely feel, and I know, Bosa, from watching you and trying to learn about you through your pictures, that you are from a family of God. Like, you guys are a family who believes in in God.
Oh
And
yeah.
so
On faith.
you have to understand that we're full of faith. Like, it's nothing devilish about a snake.
Nah.
Nothing. And I think that to be able to even, I remember being deathly afraid of ever getting a retic. That's why I didn't get one 20 years ago. To now, literally having them all around me and them understand me and I understand them, and the relationship we have is so rewarding. So how do you share that with your children? How are your children about snakes? Because you have a little girl, at least I know you have at least a little girl, right?
I have a little girl. That's my world, my princess. One of the main reasons why I came here, because I want her to know that when she wants something, she go out and she get it.
Yes.
And Nicole did that. Nicole,
yes.
she wanted, and she got Bosa with her. I wanted to be here.
So, and I would tell you that comes from my parents. We're from on both sides of my family. We're trailblazers, right? You couldn't slouch in anything, and the only way you was going to get it is to go out and get it. But we're also full of belief and faith, and not necessarily. I was saying this the other day in the chat. That does not mean, now some of us, I used to dance in a church. I used to do church, but as an adult, church is not what it was for me growing up. But it doesn't take away the spirit of God that lives inside of me. And that's my family. And you can't, God and fear doesn't live in the same place. And it can't. It can't.
I grew up in church all my life, and I've always strayed away and come back, and I found a church where I feel the love. It's a different community. It's more about community, more about love. Mm-hmm. I don't think that they come out the way they should come out. Sometimes they get trapped in different verses of the Bible and use it as an attack for someone. And what I tell people is hold on to one verse that speaks more volume than anything. Is Corinthians 13:13.
Love.
There's something will last forever is hope, faith, and love. Most important being love.
Yeah.
You can't share your love for God if you can't love someone else, no matter their religion, their differences, their sexuality, their what they like, their dislikes, their color hair, the way they dress. You can't show that and then expect people to love you or love who you are or what you do if you're not showing that.
Right.
I believe that the reptile community is an example. We don't judge anybody for anything, and that's how it should be. Like, if you're an atheist, I love you. You show me love, I love you.
That's right. You can't tell nobody else. I said that in the chat the other day. I'm not about telling anybody else what to believe. I can just tell you what I know, right? What I experienced so many times that the grace of God has walked in my life. You know, I shared the story of my brother the other day, being shot, left to die. I'm the first person at the hospital, and he always jokes about it because he could see, even though he wasn't here. I know he wasn't here because I was there. His chest, they were cracked. They cracked his chest open, and he remembered that I had on a pink nightgown with no shoes on, and a hole was in the nightgown, and that was the thing that stuck in his head. But what was more amazing to me was, how did you know that? Like, how did you know that? And he always joke about this is the brother that I'm talking about, that we go at it all the time. And he said, I'm dying. The first person I see when I wake up was you. And it's just amazing that you have to have those experiences to understand that it's a higher being of some sort, but it's not for you and I to tell somebody else what they must believe.
Yeah, and that's what I try to instill in my kids, to just love people. If they show you love them. You know, it's very few types of people that I could say that I want to do with, and usually, you know, they're the typical child molesters or murderers with no compassion for anyone. But other than that, if someone's showing you love, respect, you show them that too. You know, it's
Yeah.
not with somebody being different or thinking different than you. That's what makes a community.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
my son, he goes by Bosa Jr., but he's not really a junior. His name is Jose. He's gotten into it now, and I'm kind of glad because he's a good kid, but me and him really didn't have a strong bond or communication before. Like, he's more down to earth, more quiet, and the people that know me know that I'm kind of crazy. But
What?
he's been, yes, yes, I know. Once I get comfortable, I'm crazy. Like,
I know you have some of the best responses in the chats. I dying laughing. Bosa has some of the best responses in the chat. In here, okay, here it goes. So Bosa, you are now ready for your own podcast, which I think would be dope. I think you would blow up. I think you would blow up immediately.
that's something I'm not focused.
He said, I got my, but you know what? Everybody have their place in this. Everybody's is not a podcast. I think that if, and to be able to carry a podcast, it takes passion, but it also takes a lot of personality. It takes consistency. Like, my husband would tell you, I will not miss my podcast. I am a professional. I am not available at 1:00 on Saturdays. I can't be. If there's an emergency, I literally take even today when I went to Ozzy's house, just in case I got caught in traffic coming back, I had my iPad with me. I had my headphones with me in case I was going to have to go to Starbucks or whatever and do the podcast. It takes full dedication, but I love doing it. Because it brings, for me, it brings different people onto this format to bring in, there are more non-reptile people watching these podcasts than reptile people. And I thought I would never get, that was one of my goals. The fact that my cousin Shawnee's has been here consistently, and she is terrified of every animal, specifically snakes and cats. But to see that she's even intrigued and seeing her sharing our podcast with her, with her friends, it says that people are listening, people are becoming more understanding. And what you talked about is that this community is very interesting. It's good to show people that. I remember someone saying to me when I told them that I had snakes at work, and they said, well, you don't look like a person who will own snakes. And I was like, well, what do that person look like, right? This format showed them that none of us are the same, but all of us are the same.
It's in the heart. It's in the heart. It's
absolutely. Actually, Bosa Ball Jr., there he go. He's here. And it's so funny because when I first saw that at first, I thought it was you with like two different handles.
A lot of people thought it was me trying to get extra at that. Oh.
I started to notice he was on the podcast. I'm like, no, this is actually two different people. Hey, Dominique, thank you, love. Dominique is really dope. I love watching her channel with her children. It's absolutely, she is hysterical. I think Dominique should be a comedian. She's not even trying to be funny, and she is hysterical to me. Elias says, even when we asking about himself, he's still shouting other people. That's what he do. That's what he do. And actually, it goes back to your character. When you go, the people who are really selfless and they do it more for others than themselves are naturally rewarded. So Bosa, think about this. All of you guys are here for Bosa. Bosa is not a big time snake breeder yet. Bosa has never talked to y'all, and all of y'all. What kind of power is that? Bosa
out 98% of y'all out, so y'all better.
Yeah. Well, yeah, probably the only one is Lavelle. Lavelle probably and Bosa Jr. But everybody else in here is the first time y'all ever heard Bosa's voice. But all of you showed up. That's power. That's power.
Yeah, not for me, but Nicole. Nicole's voice, Nicole's shows, they need to get out. Ain't no reason why she's under 1,000.
Say it again, Bosa.
There is no reason why she's under 1,000. We need to share. We need to talk about it. We need to tell people. We need to tell them, come check it out. I don't care if they like snakes or don't. Tell them, come check it out.
Yes. So someone actually sent me a message and said, you don't realize how great your podcast is because you're just being you. I'm going to come back. This was 2 weeks ago? This was even before the Aussie, so it's not about that. It's everybody even before Aussie. I'm going to come back a year from now and watch your position. And so, Bosa, I take the quality over quantity anytime. I want people who are like the people that's in this chat here. And sometimes that pace is going to take a little bit, slower to get to that. And I want it to happen very organically because those people was going to be riding all of this with me because I see it. I see what my future. I was telling my husband the other day, babe, we're going in a whole different direction. Like at the vision, the plan is clear. I hired a CPA the other day because it's getting so amazing that I can't focus on those important things like the financial part of it as much as I would like to between my full-time job and making sure that I don't miss Mike from Her Collectors on Thursday, T Keys on Wednesdays, GP on on Friday. I'm not missing Hair Down Fridays. Even if I look like crap, I'm still gonna be in the chat if I don't get onto the screen with my usual suspects. Jeremy, Adam, it's just so the podcast alone that's in the reptile community, the positive ones that draw you in. I had such a good time watching Adam's show the other night he had the panel on, and he had quite a few people on there that we all, associate with. But the dialogue on that show was just absolutely amazing. So as much as I don't even watch my playbacks that often, I might watch it once, but I'm not obsessed with them. And if I'm watching it to perfect things. So let me tell you an example. I noticed that I do this a lot, and I'm consciously trying not to move my head because that's my way of saying I'm listening. So I am really been focused on not moving my head a lot. So that is what I watch it back for, not necessarily to watch myself, or I'll go back to watch it to hear things that I might have missed that the guest said. Because I bring on people that I'm passionate about and I want to hear from. And so there goes where some people ask me, like, I haven't been invited on your show yet. So there are people that I talk to all the time, like the usual suspects, for example, right? I know everything about them pretty much because I'm with them all the time. Now, there is a place for them, each one of them, on this podcast, and it's coming. But I wanted to focus on coming in the people I don't know, because it's so much fun for me to interview the people that I really don't know much about, or people that I know the community loves and that it draws the community to want to know more about them. But yeah, I think that the community as a whole, we're doing something different right now. Oh, there go Mike right there. I didn't know if you was going to make it, Mike. I hope you're still there. But yeah, and so it's the same thing for Hair Down Fridays. I don't have no need to go out. I think the only Hair Down Friday I missed is when I was away at a work conference, because I won't miss it. Like literally, if I got to take that iPad to the hotel or wherever I'm going, I need to be there for Hair Down Fridays. And that's my day. I get to see all the beautiful snakes that I haven't produced yet as well. So I absolutely love that. Let's see if there's any more questions before I go to my next question. Justin said, I'm glad the animals help bring you peace with yourself and others. Absolutely. And that's a lot of us. Esteban is not in here, but Esteban talked about that, like how much the reptile community changed him. And I can't even imagine the person he talks about he used to be. It's so funny, like trying to see people in their past. Like I tell people, what y'all see today is not the woman I was 15 years ago. My cousin is here too. And it's still parts of her that live down deep in her Gemini side that I try not to expose. But I will say that for the most part, this community is full of very unique, successful, driven, guided, spirited, loving people. And we are like magnets together. I have forged friendships with people that I was walking into Big D's house in Tinley. I didn't know nobody there really, other than the people, the usual suspects. And I only know them from these podcasts. Okay. But walking in there, it was like walking into my family house. Like I had to catch myself, Big D. I'm laying on Big D's bed. I was there 5 minutes. Why am I laying on this man's bed? Let me get up. That's how comfortable I was. Like, we're just all over his house. He's cooking all of this good food. I mean, it was just like we walked into a family member's house. And I can't explain it. And my husband is like a person who doesn't, there are people in my family who've never heard my husband talk. That's how he don't deal with just everybody, right? he was so comfortable, and then he disappears. I said, Keisha, where? He's downstairs. I said, oh yeah, these are the right people right here. He done left me. He don't do that. And he was good for the entire night. Like, he was good. And that's the energy that this community brings. And it's powerful. It's so powerful.
Yes. It's an awesome community. And it's even better. We were able to see it in one of the, I think it was at Hair Down Friday when Esteban's snake prolapsed.
Yep.
And you saw first the love he had for his animals, and then you saw the community come together and just help him do it. And he was able to help his snake, and it's doing good now, and everybody was making sure that it was good. That's something positive. That's something great. Like, if you will have to go through that yourself, and you don't know what's going on, it's heartbreaking to see your snake hurt and you don't know how to help it,
Yeah. So that's going to be the hard part of me going on the breeding side. Like, my husband literally had to bury snakes in this around his house when something happened. Like, literally bury them. You can't just throw it away. You can't feed it. You got to bury them. So I am going to really, really, really struggle with. I was joking with Ozzy earlier. With animals who may not make it out of the egg or out of the clutch, right? And I'm like, that doesn't happen as a pet owner much. Not for me anyway. Like, my snakes live a long time, or, if something happened, it's later on in life. It's not like they little babies and they pass away. So that's going to be challenging for me. So is Jose in the house with you?
Yeah.
So Jose, Jeremy said you got to hop on the camera real fast. Vámonos, por favor. Wait a minute. Do you speak Spanish, or you like Esteban and Big D?
No, yo hablo el español muy bien.
Sí, sí. Hey, ¿cómo estás? Awesome. Esteban and Big D, if you listening, learn Spanish. It's no way that you should not speak your native. Spanish is the coolest language out there.
Yes, aprendan el español, no sean.
Sí, aprende.
Aprende.
Ahora. Right. Empieza la mañana. Sí. AJ. Oh, let's see. T-Keys, are y'all at the show? Oh, it's a lot of comments. I gotta come back now. Hold on. Y'all bear with me. Okay. Yes, Craft. Tell them again. Smash the like. Wait a minute, Craft. Tell them smash it 3 times, because if you smash it twice, you're gonna unsmash it. So tell them smash it 3 times, because we got Bosa on Reptiles and Cocktails. I don't care what other live is happening right now. Right? Ahora.
Ahorita mismo.
Sí. Let's see. God is perfect, man is flawed. Listen to God over man. And absolutely.
That's right,
John. Hey, Wills, you made it. Good job. I'm glad. Hey, Jeremy. Jeremy said, yo. Chip is another one. First of all, Chip actually has some of the dopest content on YouTube. Like, literally, his editing skills are absolutely amazing. But he's another one, and I don't know if it's intentional, if he realizes that a lot of us, and the Big D was saying it the other day, I don't think y'all noticed that you might just want to go and like Chip on YouTube, which is Regis Sphere of Pythons, because you might actually be in his shows.
Well, actually, you could say this is my second time on YouTube since
right. Right, because Chip had Bosa in his. And then the other day, I'm dying laughing. I had to show my husband because he had a picture of me and my husband in his YouTubes as well. It's just the way he does it, and it's so perfect. So, Chip, here's for you. Hey, sister soul, sister soul, sister soul, sister.
YouTube, Instagram. Great guy.
Yes. That's right, Shawnee's love is the cure. My brothers say that all the time with his mean self. Bosa is an awesome supporter. So T Key says consistency is key and personality is a must. I feel dedication, definitely, absolutely, and that's exactly what he does. So even if you look at Keys, what's happening on Hair Down Fridays, by the time we come off of there, last night had 353 views. 353. Now, I'm going to say this. Anybody who's viewing today and you haven't liked or subscribed, Lady T's Exotics, please do that now. Because the 353 views on Hair Down Fridays, if all of those peoples were subscribing and communicating in the chat, Keys would have already exceeded his goals. And that's an awesome podcast.
Yes.
Bringing the community together, having a good time, showing us future breeders how talented we really could be. Like seeing bomb snakes, I don't know what to do for y'all, but I just sit in front of my snake rack sometimes and be like, remember that snake I saw on bomb projects? I'm going to put this to this, to this, to this.
Normals. His normals are bomb.
Right, right. And then somebody asked last night, which one of your males is most powerful? The answer is all of them. He can't pick. Who can pick out of that stuff Bomb got? It's just insane. Same thing for Justin. Justin, my eyes on you too.
Yep.
Just so many people producing some amazing animals. And one of the things that I was told before, because I didn't want to breed ball pythons at first. That's why I have all these retics. My goal was going to initially breed my Ballz and my retics. And so when I was getting into the ball pythons and I started talking to, the big breeders, and they were like, no, do it. Like this is a business that will never stop. Like one person will continue to produce snakes that you've never seen because a lot of the animals genetically mutate. And then all of us, a lot of times, are purchasing snakes from each other and things like that, where the snake may not have proven out for one breeder, and then you get it and it proves out for you.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's what
and so it's just, we get to see that on Hair Down Fridays. You get to see some most talented snake, and I'm going to start saying designers and not breeders, snake designers, but that daggone bomb projects. I would struggle being bomb. You know why? Because we already talked about this. My husband will be like, sell that snake. Sell that snake for $20,000. Sell it. Where me being passionate about it, I understand that, no, you don't sell that one. You want to continue to put that in your projects and hold it back for a few years, and then maybe sell it down the line if you want to sell it then. But if I was bomb, that would be hard. I'll be more like my husband, because you still got all of this over here you can hold back that's still producing absolute magic. So Bosa, have you paired any of your animals, or what is your goal?
Yeah, I have one that I guess she might be building.
Okay.
Chris from BNS has been giving me advice and telling me, I'm learning. I'm learning.
We all are. Chris is another one. Chris is another one who is just in that background, just,
Yeah.
being there for people, dropping jewels, unselfishly. Just another amazing person as well in this hobby. Lavelle, why you say what happened? Love from the UK. Hey, how are you? 21st century in the house.
Hey, how you doing? I think his name is Mike.
Yep, that's Mike. Yeah, I need to start remembering people's real names because when Justin, that's why I keep saying his whole name. Like, I don't know his last name. We call each other by the reptile names most of the time. So I won't forget. I'll say Lorena said that's my uncle. That's right, Lorena. Your
I'm her
uncle
uncle, but she's
amazing. She said, that's my uncle. That's right. Definitely something to be proud of. Heads and tails. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. We got AJ's there. What up? 21st to Mike. Jeremy said there's too much division and hate in the world. This world needs to just love, like Kiki said. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Let's see it. Oh, Lavelle. I'm sorry. I was trying to be a G. I was trying to be a G. You know what? He sure doesn't, Jess. And I don't know. How do you keep up with all the lives, Bosa? Because you don't. And then sometimes you find a way. I mean, I do that too. Like, we'll be on both lives at one time, but you are supportive to this entire community. How do you pace yourself with that?
I try to use 2 devices, and if not, I try to jump back and forth from different lives, show some support in one for a while, then go back. And sometimes if I miss it, usually I don't miss it. No matter if I'm on the road, I'm hearing in the background, but I'll go back and I'll watch it, and I'll make sure I hit that like and hit a comment, make sure they know that I was there supporting.
Good. Esteban said he don't know. Say it in Spanish, Esteban. But Esteban said, damn, I'm here. Happy birthday, Nicole. And my essay. Look, he got essay. Kiki, love that smile. Right. I told him he was made for the Ti-Zub. Let's see. I wanted to see. Oh, Dominique said she wanted to see Bosa's face. Somebody said Bosa was going to come with a blank screen like they do in the first 48. That would have been hysterical.
Wear my mask to protect against COVID.
Yeah, so it was the voice reveal for me as well. Because you see him, but I literally did not hear his voice until 5 minutes before this live started. So absolutely. So many. I don't want to miss anybody because everybody's here for Bosa. This is the best community in the world. Everyone is family here. Yep. Never met each other, but we are definitely totally down for each other. And I will tell you this. If something happens, the reptile community shows out quickly for one another. Yes. And you don't have to know the person personally, whether it's financial support, it's donation support, or if it's just, hey, I'm checking on you, making sure everything's good, or just lifting each other up. This community is unique. It's so unique. I mean, and you don't have to have a reptile yet to be a part of it, but if you join it and you get reptiles, just know that it won't be one. So let's put that out there. No one gets one, and stick with one.
Nope.
So Shawnee said, I already told you when you started breeding the feeders, you were next level. I know this is legacy. So that's the thing, y'all. So my cousin would tell y'all, I'm not a rodent girl, and I've become a rodent girl. I love these rats and these ASFs, even up to the point where, you know, when I do have to feed, it's so hard. Like I have to walk away because I can't hear it. So I have to like do this, like, because they become my little friends. But the fact that they're in my house is absolutely astonishing to me. But it was necessary, especially when you got into the breeding side. Are you breeding rodents right now?
I got ASFs.
Okay.
Glass tanks right now because I'm waiting for Keisha to show me how to make a rat. Sorry, Keisha.
Keisha, he called up. Wait a minute. In fact, I believe it was T-Keys or Keisha that said that the video will come out after Bosa came on somebody's live. So Keisha.
There you go.
Keisha, the video is well overdue.
Hello, Keisha.
He called you out. Hey, Maysmore, thank you for coming through. Yes, everybody is excited to see Bosa today.
Man, love.
So yeah, Kraft, you know, he shared how much in a private chat too this community has done for his life. And again, it's life-changing for some people. And I think that this is why it's so important to have the Bosas. And Bosa, this is so important to give everybody this moment. I know you wasn't trying to be a celebrity or anything when you started this stuff, but you are. And by the definition of what a celebrity is, like everybody. This was the most inbox response. Are you serious? Is this going to happen? People checking in. Like, I didn't get that for anybody but Bosa. Not that much activity. Like people I don't even know, you know, Bosa really coming on Reptiles and Cocktails. And let me tell you something, in the last 28 days, 56 new subscribers.
Oh, wow.
56. So that I'm telling you, whoever, I know a lot of them people are people who was the people in my inbox as well. So I appreciate you, Bosa, because even though, you know, you didn't have to say it really, all that you do on TikTok, representing for everybody, you know, it's not even about me, for everybody. Everything that you do on your Instagram representing for everybody. It has to be exhausting, number one, but you clearly don't miss a beat with it.
Well, I mean, it gives me something to do sometimes during the day. I call myself a housewife. I stay home. I do the laundry. I cook. I clean. I do the kids. I take the kids to school back. And, you know, my wife is out there working and I try to keep everything clean. And sometimes I have nothing to do because I do it real quick.
So I'm just good at what I do.
I start making videos and I'm like, you know, I could use my to show some love, you know, show some love, support, and I love it. I love doing it.
Yeah, so Big D said, that's awesome. Every Tinley, I'll be hosting the Friday Bash, and every Tinley will be there on Friday, okay? That's for sure. And anybody who's going to Tinley, if you get an invite to Big D's house, I'm telling you, for me, that was the best part of Tinley. I can only speak for myself, can't speak to everybody else. The second best part was the day that we all were at the auction. But the first best part was being at Big D's house. Hands down. So Jeremy said, I have severe PTSD, anxiety, and depression without my snakes in the community. And I'm sorry, that's Greg. And yeah, and family, I would fall apart. That's how I keep my mind occupied. It's real. It's definitely real. It's definitely real. Hey, Lauren. She said, hey, Tiz. Hey, Bosa. Kind of busy, but just wanted to say hi and God bless. I'll watch the whole live later. Thank you, and thank you for always being supportive. Jeremy said, "My snakes keep me sane."
Yes.
Don't they all keep us sane? I'm telling you, it'll be a whole lot of more hateful words shared sometimes if it wasn't for a snake. Y'all better think a retic. Think a retic every time.
Ballz.
Kaju. Big D, I'm dead serious. Like, I'm telling you that in my introduction to the blue ghost at Big D house. So guys, I know I talk about that snake all the time, my snake. I know I talk about it all the time, but if you ever saw that snake in person, I never seen anything like it. I've owned snakes over 32 years, and the snake has me mesmerized. And until I have one in my rack, I will always talk about it. But once I get it in my rack, I'll never talk about it again. I promise you. Esteban said he's a real Hispanic. I'm artificial. That's funny. Oh my goodness. To be honest, going through it, but it's all good. Thanks for saying what's up. I appreciate that. Oh, we all go through it sometimes, but bust through it. Knock down that wall. Don't even worry about it.
That's right.
So Esteban said he understands it all, but he can't speak it. Totally unacceptable. We're going to work on that. Yeah, Key said they were supposed to go to the movies, but they was not going to miss this. They was not going to miss it. Kaju, I barely understand it and speak it. Big D, you need to get with, and make sure your children speak Spanish too. That's where I'm telling you, you need to be bilingual for this next wave of jobs to get that real good money. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry, y'all. It's a lot. I don't want to miss anything because it's Bosa. I don't want nobody to say anything to Bosa that he doesn't hear here because, you know, this is probably a once in a lifetime thing. Although, Bosa, I think that after doing this, if you can absorb me on a live and all of this energy, man, you can do any podcast. Wait a minute, T-Keys, you might need to gear yourself up extra for that because I think his energy top mine's like, you know, some. That energy right there. But I will tell you that it's nothing to do it, especially when the people want to be here. The worst part of doing a live is hoping and wishing and wanting people to show up, I think. But when you're already incredible and you know that people just are interested in you, it's easy. It's easy. It's easy. Royal Cohab, the energy is always on point because that's what we do in the sphere here. The usual suspect, shout it out. Mad scientist style. Let's see. I'm sorry. Keep them all. He must be talking about the snakes. Yeah, bombs. Yours too now, Justin. Don't be sleeping. In fact, did my pods start coming out the egg? Have you diagnosed what they are and everything? Inbox me. You ain't gotta tell everybody here. That's right. Justin got that fire too. Oh, Mrs. Bosa Ballz is here. First of all, let me just say, my sister, thank you for sharing him with the world. You are absolutely lucky to have such a cool dude by your side. I'm sure you know that, though. I'm sure you know that.
You know that.
He is a blessing. He is a blessing to this community, and I'm sure to your wonderful family. Because I always see Bosa and how you are about your family, including your wife. You be picking on her sometimes, but you are such. And me as a wife, I always say I'm a fan of that magnetic image of what marriage should look like. You know, and we as married couples, we are responsible in a way. To share that light. I always tell people no marriage is perfect, but what you share and what you should show people is two imperfect people coming together to grow as one. And it's God's promise that he who finds a wife will find a good thing. And I say that to you, Mrs. Bosa. Thank you for sharing your husband. And we know that you are a good thing, because in order for a man to smile like that, he has to be happy at home. He has to have joy down in his soul. And that is what a wife's supposed to do, is be supportive in every way that she possibly can. So I just thank you so much. I know the people thank you. See the people shouting out Miss Bosa. Yes. And yes. And look, what did she say when you told her you were gonna go on a podcast? Did she believe you?
Yeah, she believed me. She there. I had a couple of requests to go on there, and she was supportive. She was like, she helped push me to it, like she does.
Good.
Always very supportive of me. She's the one who buys my snakes, so I do behave at home. So comes home, her dinner is cooked. You know, you know.
You're supportive at home. That's what we need. We need to support each other. Esteban says, Kiki, what's something you have that you can't wait till it's ready to breed? That's a good one.
Probably my clown female, head albino, and my albino head clown that I got from Gershon. I'm hoping to make albino clown and then incorporate the pied in it.
So I have two snakes from Gershon too. Two female clowns, head albino. Which I just think Gershon clowns just looks different from a lot of clowns. And that happens sometimes. Like my Archimel is only coming from sick with it. I don't want my Archimel from nobody else. I want my Archimel from him, and I'll wait as long as I have to wait. And there's a rat that is labeled already, female Archimel from sick with it. That's it. Nothing else can go in there. Even if it's 3 years from now when he produces. So everybody has that gene that just looks different. Jeremy said, Kiki, what's the one gene combo you want to add to your collection?
As far as combo, I really want a nanny clown. That's something that when I saw AJ and Fred,
yeah,
I instantly fell in love with it, and that's just something I want. I like that's my goal. As a matter of fact, I was picking the money up for it, and then other things came up, but I was like, I'll get back on it. I'll get back on it.
Yep. He already has the award for the best supporter in the community. Everybody says that about Bosa. You find me somebody who don't love Bosa, and we throw him in the river. No. You tell me somebody who got one negative thing to say about Bosa. Oh, okay. Hey, Mark. Mark said, I'm at work, so I can't stay, but we'll be there later. So if you watch the playback, Mark, no worries. I can't help you with getting the venomous back in, even if I wanted to. He is amazing with his venomous snakes. Amazing. So Mike said the Keys family and all the usual suspects are such good people. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. That's the energy we want to exude. That's the energy right there. Where's that banner? It's right here, I'm sure. There we go. That's what we want to do. Oh my God, it's so bitty. It's so bitty. Hey, Maine. Maine's here.
Dang.
Maine has been on here. And again, Maine was somebody who I was watching before I even started breeding. Now, Maine has become a friend who was on the phone with me, helping me to figure out if I was seeing follicles on the sonogram. That was just last week. So, Bosa, I want the nanny too. I didn't know much about it until I think it was a couple Sundays ago. They did a Sunday live. I can't remember the guy's name. Kenny. He was in Puerto Rico, and he had all of this nanny stuff, and it was absolutely amazing to see. So that's definitely something I want to add in my collection down the road. Yes, Gershon, Keisha under the pressure now because Bosa is. He called you out on the video, Keish. Let's see. Keisha, Maine. Well, somebody got some content to post. All right, Maine. All right. Love conquers all. Absolutely. Yeah, Keisha gonna get that rack out. It has to happen now. Bosa, how soon do she need to get that out? When would you like to see that, sir?
Yesterday.
So that means tomorrow, mañana, por favor. Chiquita. Oh, you see that? I wouldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine anything different. But that means that you're an awesome wife.
Oh yeah, she definitely is.
Yeah, because you only get out of a husband what you put in. Mark said, love you, Erin. Truly, we appreciate all you do for us and the animals. Most supportive out there and forever grateful. Absolutely, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Absolutely.
Much love.
Much respect, because some men wouldn't be man enough to call themselves that. Well, you know what? So, Esteban, we talk about how the world changed. We have to do what's best, especially when we're raising children, because what has changed, I'm telling you, drastically. When my kids were going to school and daycare, it wasn't costing as much, even for private school, as it costs now. It's costing a whole other income. So you got to weigh it out. Which job has the best insurance? Like, that's the person who has to keep working while we raise these kids. And so your children are not neglected. I believe that a lot of what we see in the world today are a product of parents that, I mean, some of them mean harm because, you know, you raise your children and call them the wrong things. And I don't believe in calling somebody something they haven't earned yet. You know, calling a infant a king, you got to earn that. That just doesn't come in any place. You're not born a king. Maybe a prince, and then you earn kingdom down the line, but you're not born a king. And some of it is that we have made our children too dependent. I mean, I started working blue chip at 13, 14 years old, and that's how I bought my school clothes. Not that my parents always had money and jobs, but my father taught us, instilled in us early, that the world is not going to give you nothing that you didn't work your butt off for. And I think that what we did as parents, somewhere down the line, we started to take that important lesson away by buying our kids, you know, with the wrappers we're wearing, even though they're not rappers, buying our kids with the wrappers we're wearing, even though they can't say their ABCs, putting big expensive chains on children who can't count, you know. So a lot of what's happened in the world is a result of parenting. And then there's a part where you had two good parents, or you had one good parent who the mindset was, I got to grind out and work 3 jobs to take care of my child. And then the child miss those moments of love. That's important to being a reasonable and a productive human being in the world. So absolutely, shout out to you for that, because It's necessary. And I can see your family dynamic. It shines through. You don't have to say words to see how much you love your grandmother, your grandfather, your wife, your kids. It all shows. You don't miss a beat with any of their activities or anything in their school. You can see how, and I love my daddy. And I always tell people, my daddy died in 1992. To this day, the woman I am is because of him. And decisions that I even make today, I won't, as a grown woman, if I know my daddy wouldn't have liked it, I won't do it. I won't do it. And that's the impact that a father has. I always say that you can tell females who didn't grow up with that father's love. Not saying that mother's love is not important, but when it comes to a woman and setting those boundaries of what I will not stand for, that comes from your father.
Yeah.
That comes from your father. We'll challenge our mother. I still challenge my mother to this day. My father's a dead man, and I don't challenge him. I'm telling you. So fathers, hear me. Father's Day is coming up. Be there for your daughters. Yes. Because these men who are going to try to fill your shoes is not even a quarter of what you are. All so right. You got to show your daughters what the image of a real man looks like so she can identify with one when she see them.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Bday, Elias. I'll be at Tinley. Yay, Elias. Blue Ghost, everything, Bday. Kiki said, I see your son following in your footsteps. He's been showing just as much support as you. Must be teaching him some valuable lessons. Absolutely. I thought it was the same person. I thought it was the same person. I really did. So Bday said the berry gene. Is that what no, that's not the nanny. The berry gene is a different gene. So that's what I guess Bday is saying that he would want in his collection. Kiki has a beautiful smile. Keep on shining, brother. Let's see. Ultramel everything. Yes. Sick with it. Sick with it. Sick with it. Maine, if you still here, go check on my babies. See if she's grabbing. We're going to label my egg from the outside. Watching Mike, I'm team Ultramel too. My one negative about Bosa is he hasn't started his YouTube channel. Look, Bosa said, you lucky you got this much. But I'm telling you, if he did go Sean, that thing will blow up right from the beginning. Right from the beginning. AJ said, we appreciate everybody watching that nanny video. Kenny is great people, and we definitely had a great time. I'm telling you, like, if you could not, like, if you started watching it, you didn't want to miss anything. Like, you did not want to miss anything. Right, Long With, she was supposed to drop that video. It's been longer than 2 months ago now. Bringing kids up properly is no joke. Yeah, the improper raising of children is why we are in this state of a world that we're in now. We need to just go back to teaching kids, you know, love is the cure. Hey, Socios. He's here, Socio. See, it's Bosa. It's Bosa. Wait a minute, just in case you wasn't here when I dropped the mic. All right, so it's been, I'm surprised I had you for an hour and 30 minutes now. So, like, yeah, because let me tell you the other fear that I had, Bosa. I thought that you might have gave me 15 minutes and said I was here and checked out. This has been an awesome podcast. First of all, like I said, you didn't have to say much if you didn't want to, but the way it started is Bosa. Like, so who else has ever done that? on my podcast. Nobody. And the fact that because you probably could have had shirts for days, and I'm sure you just get stuff shipped to you because people just want you to have it. My favorite stickers is the last set of stickers I've started to mail out everybody. And if you would like some of my stickers, you can just inbox me, and I will inbox me your address on Instagram, and I will ship them out. But those stickers came from feedback that Bosa gave me, the connection, and I loved those stickers when I got them. But Bosa has to send me the link for those breast cancer stickers because I must have them. Must have them. Jeremy said this has been a great listen to while working. Thank you, Justin. Thank you. You said that you were going to do it, and I appreciate it. Socio said, I know Bosa hasn't stopped smiling since I've jumped in the room. He looked nervous as hell. He actually is relaxed compared, right?
Not that bad.
Yeah. So in the beginning, we had a little pep talk backstage, but he was a whole lot more relaxed than I thought he would be. Absolutely. Chip said, love seeing you both. Awesome hearing your voice, Kike. Yeah, so we just feel like we know so much more about you. But before you go, I have one last question. Who would you do this again? This podcast, not necessarily mine, but a podcast, and if so, who is it gonna be? Because you said you had several, so you're gonna get hate mail. But just send it to me, and I'll get them. You're gonna get hate mail. Who is it gonna be?
Honestly, I wouldn't name anybody. I wouldn't do that. I don't want to get.
But we know that since now he's done it, guys, that this is easier. He knows that this is not a big deal. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Thank you, guys. This is amazing. Awesome birthday gift for me, and again, it just shows you how influential we can be to each other. Because, like I said, Bosa said no. But I said yes. And if good energy goes with good energy, I always say positive and negative is a negative only when you're adding and subtracting. But if you multiply negatives and negatives, it's positive.
Always.
And if you take positive and positive, it's positive. So you just have to keep multiplying that positivity throughout the community. I definitely feel like you are a brother, like a real brother. I would ride out for Bosa and the entire family. I mean, the hoodie and all. All you gotta do is, call me. Llámalo, por favor. De aquí.
Same here. I've grown to love and respect all the ones I follow and watch. Everybody in this community, even the people just in the chat. It's nothing but love, and that's what I like. That's what I enjoy, and that's gonna be me. And I hope that everybody else can share and show love too, not just like, comment, subscribe, but keep coming, keep watching.
Right.
And talking about it and letting other people know that maybe they're not paying attention to it, but if you sit down and you watch, you'll find something interesting, whether it's the snake or just the conversations alone, and that's awesome. And I know that I hope to see more of that around, not just every once in a while, but
I'm so happy like you're here. Pitch myself. It's Bosa. Chris. By far my favorite. Like, by far, the fact that this just couldn't even exist in most people's mind is absolutely mind-blowing to me. But I am more proud of Bosa because what happened today, you overcame something that you said that you could not do.
Yeah.
Yes, and in the same time, you like you said, you're showing your daughter she can do whatever she wants to do, and you also show her how to face fear, how to face being uncomfortable. Because sometimes it's one of my favorite things. In one of the books I've read, it says you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yes.
Right.
It's true.
And it's not for everybody, but I will say this: even if you never do a YouTube, although you see that. You can do Next Up Bolster. It's pre-recorded. So it's just you and me. I'm going to encourage you to do Next Up at your time. Mike, I will actually be 49 tomorrow. I keep saying that I'm almost half a century. AJ said, big happy birthday to you too, Mike. Yes, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Gemini's rock or roll. It depends on which side you get us on. Thank you, Elias. Thank you so much. This is the best gift right here. Right here. Yes, we all ride for Kiki. Hood style. Let's get them if they mess with Kiki. Bosa, we appreciate you. This is from Keys. Make sure it's T. It's profit. Okay. Bosa, we appreciate you. I don't have the words to say how much. Nicole, thank you for making this happen. You both are changing lives with your positive energy. That could be Keisha too.
Sounds like Keisha.
Yeah, that sounds like Keisha. I mean, not that Keys, you wouldn't be this, but it sounds like Keisha. But normally Keisha has a signature at the end. Team Bosa, that's right. That's right. And wait a minute, everybody, make sure you share and tag this on Instagram, and I want to see it. It was up to over 40 plus people in this chat that I can see in the top chat anyway. So go on your Instagram, you're going to share and tag, and you're going to say, Lady Tiz did that. Bosa was here. Bosa was here. Let's see. Tiki said, happy birthday, Mike. Bosa is a true gentleman. Yep, and a great heart. It's Keisha. See, we look, that's how you know we spend a lot of time together. We can read and determine which is it the husband or is it the wife? Terrence would have the words, I'm too lazy for the signature today. We definitely appreciate you, Bosa Boss family over here from AJ. And if Mrs. Bosa is still in the chat, thank you for encouraging him. This has really made my day, guys. Like I'm full, Bosa. I'm full for so many reasons. I'm happy for you. But when you talk about the community and love, the love has to be real for you to even trust me enough to do this with me. And I appreciate that so much.
Thank you
so much. And I hope that you have the most amazing, blessed day. I hope that smile just stays for the rest of the day. And I am so glad that we know that Bosa exists for real.
I talk.
Right, he talks, and he didn't just find a picture from Indonesia and just started putting it out there with words. He's a real person. Shout out to USARK. We can't forget that. If you are or are not a reptile keeper, please visit usark.org. If you have a family member or a child who loves reptiles, it's important to really support them, whether it's through a donation. But if you own a reptile, you need to have a bronze subscription or a silver subscription or a gold subscription.
Yes.
For USARK. And what they do for us is some of us right now today will sell a snake for $15,000. And a silver is only $250. A gold is only $1,000. And what that does, allow you to still ship that snake.
Yes.
To whoever paid that $15,000. So imagine if you live in Maine, for example, You don't have a bunch of people in Maine buying a $15,000 snake. So you can create all the snakes you want. But if you can't ship it, drive it across state lines, it's irrelevant, right? Please, please, please support USARK. Yes. And if you were in Tinley, you see how hard Phil Goss worked while the rest of us was around sipping out alcohol. Well, I don't know about all of y'all, but I know I was drunk the whole entire time. Sipping out alcohol, having a good old time, and he's running around doing all of that work that entire time. There was not one time I saw that man take a break, except for when I asked him to take a picture. And even then, I was very respectful of his time. So please, so even if the money went to Phil to take a vacation, I wouldn't care. So all that crazy stuff that y'all talk, that's not true. But even if, I wouldn't care. Because what he does and what he does to come away from his family to make sure that this community stays growing, rising, progressing, and that we have sustainable representation to support this journey that we all going through, that's going to make a lot of us very, very wealthy, at least get a subscription. And that's all I have. I appreciate you all. Bosa, adios, mi amigo.
Much love to everyone.
Peace.
Bye.